Good day, everyone. How y'all doing? Thanks for stopping by and tuning in, as always. Okay, so once again, this is different. Uh, never spoke on, never spoke on this particular company, but I, I worked. I had worked for them earlier this year. So before I get into all that, hey Erica, please share me out if you can. That'd be greatly appreciated. I know you didn't share my other stream I did. I know Madam Jenny passed away. But hope all is well. So also Rideshare. Um, to me, it's a fairly new company, but they've been around since 2018. And we talking about first sharing out. Anywho, um, it's been around since 2018. Don't know the month, but that's not important. Uh, DoorDash used to be Postmates, Grubhub 2.0. Trying to conquer or take over. I can rise here in food share industry. They've been in the news here and there. Headquartered in Dallas, Texas, have offices in LA, used to be San Francisco, Houston, DC, and Miami. And they're trying to expand in other cities and states like Atlanta, the Carolinas, New York City. I don't know about as far as upstate New York, the whole state of New York, but markets. But anywho, nonetheless, nonetheless, you know, nonetheless, okay, well, I appreciate you. Nonetheless, um, CEO, owner, and founder of the company, Caucasian guy named Will Coleman. I guess had a vivid imagination, I guess, to one day running a ride share business. And as of, like I said, to compete with the other ride share slash food share companies. Well, they pretty much were a hush hush company. Um, I first heard about them like briefly, if I'm not last mistaken, back in 2019, or as of COVID-19. And then after that, didn't know anything else. And because, like I said, I was already doing Lyft, Uber, DoorDash, and Postmates. I was never done Grubhub. So fast forward into end of April, well, May of this year. Well, end of April, early May of this year. My mother had earlier and told me to go and go and apply. Well, she helped me with the applying part, but yeah, um, done all of the background verifications and the what they do was virtual interviews. Well, it's a virtual Q&A basically. You talk to yourself to the camera and just answer the questions that they ask you and stuff, as of like, you know, the, the COVID thing in a sense. They done passed and I got hired. So then was gonna start training uh with them at their facility. So how can I put this? I'm going to say that, and again, I don't like doing this. I like bashing companies like, oh, they're this and they're that. Take it how you want it with a grain of salt. But this is my experience. I'm no longer with them, but this is my experience uh, working with them. They are a W-2 company. I will say that. That's one pro about them. They're not 1099 like Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, used to be Postmates, Grubhub. So you're not an independent contractor. You are a company driver. They say quote unquote professional driver. Yeah, right. Professional, you that would be an actual career field like trucking, aviation, medical, stuff like that. Just driving an SUV around, that's not professional driver. That's just regular car driver or regular class C car driver's license. That's how I look at it. So that's why I'm getting that with the cons. So the mission statement of their company, as I put, they formed what 3, 4 years ago, a YouTube channel. So they are on social media as is, but the model mission of their objective of their company is to pick up high clientele, rich folk, prepared to be kissing straight up tail for the most part. You know, going to high class neighborhoods, again picking up high clientele. Don't get me wrong, some of them do tip now. They do tip pretty good. $20 bills, maybe $50, $100. It just depends on the customer. I've gotten $20 bill tips here and there. So, but I'm just saying, you are going to be kissing tail, as a pick it up for the general public. Uber and Lyft and all that, of course, you just pick it up anybody, anyone, high class, middle class, or low class. You know what I mean? No class at all. Low class is no class. But um, yeah, yeah. So give me 1 second again. No, I'm going to talk to somebody else. All right. So again, I appreciate y'all getting sidetracked. Ain't gonna be too long. Try to keep it down. No, try to make it at least 30. All right. So yeah, low class, no class. So I got hired, and to me, it was like a living nightmare from my experience, good and bad. Really, well, like I said, so far pro said was uh I forgot what the pro. Oh yeah, your W-2, not 1099. You get tips here and there, depends on the discretion of that high clientele profile, VIP. You're basically picking up VIPs. That's what it is. VIP customer. So I show up on the first day late because due to rush hour traffic, but I called the band saying, hey, I'm going to be running late by like 12 minutes or so. But as soon as I get over there, I meet the office staff personnel and corporate people up front. And one of them, I can't, who's been there from day one since 2018. And, he just keeps a straight face. It's like he don't like really crack a smile or tries to crack a smile, but that's neither here nor there. But he was sitting by attendants with drivers that would not show up or won't call in, and we placed as a no show. So I saw that immediately as far as on their monitor screen when I was in there waiting for my training session to be able to train some brother. I forgot his name, short guy. Um, but anywho, um, they got on their monitor screen of attendance, which they just put place in effect right there in early May. Say if you're late more than 10, 15 some minutes without calling or notifying them or so on, so you get attendance points, basically. And then just leading to disciplinary action, write-ups, or just perhaps termination is it. But nonetheless, um, so the rest of y'all that's in the bushes watching, shoot, it could be one of them over there at the office, but I could care less as it is. I mean, like I said, this video automatically goes straight out to them. So, like I said, this is like just another one of those stories I was just gonna save for the book as is. I'll probably soon one day as is write my own book because I live my life. We live all our lives like open books. Watching the timeline of events. All of these years. Before you know it, I'll be 40 in 8 years. 8 years before. So, anywho, um, yeah. So, yeah. So, time and attendance. Yeah. So he was going over one by one to his assistant or something of people being no show. So I was the first note I took while sitting in there waiting. Okay, then after that, then eventually the trainer guy came by, the brother, and he was outside or was in the back room or something. And he's like, okay, yeah, Mr. Carter, let's go outside and do your training stuff. Now, this is what got me in. Still don't understand to this day. Again, said quote unquote professional, right? Professional drivers. It is not. You're just driving the SUV around. Their fleet of cars, the cars in their fleet are nothing but Buick SUV Enclave. They're not semis. They're not airplanes. None of that. Remember, well, I still have my CDL class, but I'm just saying this is a non-CDL driving position. So why go through an obstacle course is what it is that you'll be tested on, which is behind their office building in the parking lot. These are straight up the. This company gets, I feel like it's 1 star out of 10. Straight trash. The building, the headquarters they run and operate out of is run down. They had it since 2018, as far as I'm concerned. And like I said, Mr. Coleman himself, the owner, CEO, is high clientele VIP profile for guy he is all this money and can't invest in, a bigger facility, more parking, and then fixing that dip or pothole that's right there in the entrance to the facility, the small building. I'm just saying, like I said, this company was a hush hush company as is back then, as far as I can remember. Like I said, because I never heard of 'em up until this point. So, but yeah, they got an obstacle course back there where they test drive you on, where you do S turns, serpentines, slaloms, back up, drive, you know, how to park a vehicle with parallel park. You doing driving, you're doing car driving school, driver's ed all over again. That's basically what this is with them. Driver's ed all over again. Even with Amazon, when I was doing delivering packages with them, it's like they got you doing driver's ed all over again, having you do field maneuvers. I'm like, you got your light, you already got your driver's license. So I having the hassle of going through all that over again. Now, if you don't have your CDL, that's different. Yes, you go to CDL school to learn how to drive a semi. That's how I look at it. So, but this here is like teaching you to learn how to drive a car all over again. Now they'll say, yeah, because of safety and insurance purposes. Well, if that's the case, they've already ran your NVR background check. So what to determine if you're NEC appreciate you coming by. Determine if you're eligible, worthy to, be approved to drive for them. If not, they would not hire you in the first place. But it's like these companies are setting you up to fail. Like, why go through all that? You know, just get hired, and only training you should get is, I'd say, as far as how they go about maybe greeting their passengers and stuff like that. Which we went over that after completing the obstacle course with the vehicle. You know, was it's a demonstration. Me and the trainer guy was like, okay, so you finish this portion of the test, and he tried as a result. So I hit some cones. Like I said to myself, no, I didn't. There's no way I could have not hit 8, 9 cones forwards and back. And this lot is extremely small. Like I said, they got over like 50, 60, 70, almost like over 100 cars, company SUV vehicles back there. Or I don't know what they have of as of right now. But for leaving you very little to no room or space to park a personal vehicle at. Mind you, again, you're not driving your vehicle around picking up folks. You're driving theirs around. You just go to their office to drop your vehicle off and go, hop in theirs. They give you the amenities and stuff that you'll need while on the job. That's part of the training. And then while on the job. So after, like I said, doing the obstacle course where he gave me a pass on because he was gonna fail and said, okay, yeah, you're not a good fit here, so and so, you know. But we got past that, and we got past that, and next was, like I said, how to greet pastors. Not prime example was they used Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, may he rest his soul on his dark from a helicopter crash, but they use him of all people as an example in their mobile device uh, when you're picking up people. So he's like, well, we're gonna go down the street because their office is right across uh, from one of the local airports in town. So we go down the street to a shopping center. We park in there. It was like maybe 7 o'clock at night. It was just starting to get dark. So while on daylight savings time during during all of that, and he's like, yeah, we're going to practice of going down there to picking up Kobe. Says go to Fuzzy's Taco Shop down the street to pick up Kobe. Kobe Bryant. His picture and everything is on there. We get over there and they say, okay, this is how you're going to greet Kobe. Well, he said, I'm going to pretend like I'm Kobe and you're going to greet me as they call it, what you call the wave ceremony, saying, hi, hi, Kobe, I'm so and so, you're Alto, I'm Michael, you're Alto. I see we're going to address that's listed on here. Are there any additional stops? They'll say yes or no. That person will say yes or no. Brady is a music system station thing. It's like a version of Sirius XM, but something they created, also created for passengers to strictly listen to whatever they want to listen to without having to listen to what you're listening to interfere and stuff like that. So so that there's no issues on both parties. Basically that's what it is. So it's kind of cool, at the end of the day with that, but that's not the issue. So then if they ask you, is the temperature set to your liking? Their standard temp for Alto's policy, company policy is for 71, something like that, standard room temperature. So nonetheless, yeah, standard room temperature. Hope all is well, niece, if you're still here. Uh, and then after that, then everybody's buckled up and go on to the destination. In this case, we uh, that was going to we went to a hotel from leaving the taco place to drop Sir Kobe off, brother Kobe off in a sense. But again, it was his practice demonstration. So because he was sitting the trainer was sitting in the back seat. He wasn't sitting up front. Like I said, he was pretending like if he was Kobe the passenger. So, yeah, but he sat in the back seat and wait, no, we didn't go to take the so-called hotel. No, he drove us. Wait a minute. I'm trying to think. He drove the car over to the taco place, and then we traded seats, and then from there, the brother drove us to the hotel, something like that. Because he was then demonstrating when we got to the hotel that you gotta clean their vehicles out. It's again company policy. Now, as far as Uber and Lyft and all that, that's on you. But I mean, you would then to clean up out or in between rides, maybe 2 or 3 rides in between or something. But also, they expect you to clean out the vehicle every time, their vehicle out every time, after a ride is completed, whether it's dirty or so-called dirty or not. They want you to clean it out, you know, for their vehicle, so you don't have to bring anything but. Well, I mean, yeah, you got your phone with you, of course, but that's the other thing. Your phone you're not using to do the trips. They provide a mobile device for you. So as far as your phone, they say, okay, yeah, no phone distraction, meaning you can't be on your phone. Not saying you can't be on theirs, but personally, they say they can't be on your phone unless if you're not on a trip. So yeah, it is. But like I said, you expect to be kissing tail for the most part. When picking out these folks, because not all of them will be super friendly. I'm gonna even get into the story with that. But they say unless if you're not on them, they call it quote unquote mission. It's just a trip. It's fancier. They like to put the same mission that you can't be on your phone. Huh? Okay, thank you, man. So, um, yeah, while on the trip, you can't be on your phone. They tell you automatically once you start your shift, your phone automatically goes in the glove box. And they have a training video feature footage, I think, on their YouTube channel, or if not, the training models that I was doing behind the scenes. So, but that's where it goes. Your phone is supposed to go in there, not even in the center console, what have you, or seat. It goes in the glove box. Their phone, mobile device they get you to do trips and everything goes on a mount. They have a mount mounted on each dash in every company vehicle there, and it stays there. It does not. It's not supposed to come off. It's got a sticker down below on the mount saying it should not be dismounted the phone while in motion while driving. Reason why I say that is because it goes another con. Be aware that they have inward facing cameras, but they got inward forward facing cameras. So they got drive cams facing both ways in their vehicles. So looking outside in front of you and the passenger. Now they say they don't record audio, but it visual records everybody in there. So and they say yeah for protection insurance purposes, not just because of invasion of privacy, but learn as far as certain not companies that I was with that have them, but other companies nowadays since then have them in their semi trucks. But me working for the railroad, they got them in theirs. But um, because I said in the video, I mean the stream the other day, Jenny passed on. It's like, okay, yeah, filming, being distracted, filming while driving. Well, other reasons of being distracted while driving, like I said, being on your phone, handheld instead of Bluetooth, same thing. So yes, they're allowed to tip decent. Erica probably left. Like I said, I've been tipped $20 twice. They can, I guess, tip on the app, but I've never received any as far as on the app. I'm just in cash. Like I said, Uber and Lyft, you can see, tip amounts and stuff like that. If they don't tip you in cash. So excuse me. Um so yeah, cameras are looking at you and the customers and they're looking out in front of the vehicle. So yeah, he was showing me as far as the cleaning amenities. They keep in the trunk of each vehicle enclave, and they're just generic cleaners. They got one for glass cleaner, then for exterior, and then interior. Glass cleaner, I think, is the purple bottle. Interior, I think, is a pink bottle or something like that, or blue bottle, one or two, and exterior, either pink or blue, one or two. They just keep them like that. They have brushes. They have dry cloths to use, like I said, to clean, dry up with, these when you're cleaning in there. What else they have? They provide bottles of water by their brand, what it says also on it, and it's for the customers. It's not for you, not for the drivers. It goes strictly for the customers. Yeah. So, basically, yeah, you got what, 3 minutes, 3 quick minutes to clean out the vehicle, and specifically like where the customers sat or where customers sat. Just act like you cleaning to doing something, as they always say. Act like keep yourself busy. That's all it is. But then once you're done, then you wait for your next dispatch. Dispatch, well, it automatically says the trip's in through their mobile device, but you go reach out to dispatch of go to a staging location. See Uber and Lyft, they don't have anything like that. Go to a staging and find another trip. And then with dispatch with them, the company gives you earpieces. Like it's like Bluetooth, the earpiece that goes in your left ear. And so, because you can't have both your ears covered, since that's supposedly against the law while driving. One of your ears have to be uncovered. Well, you put it in your left ear so that out of your right ear you can hear your customers from behind you that are sitting behind you or sitting next to you in the passenger seat up front. So, and they provide uniforms as well. That's the other thing. You almost look like Tiger Woods, a golfer, in a polo alto shirt. Like, again, it's on their social. Alto shirt, alto hat, alto shirt. They don't provide pants. You have to bring your own dress pants, black pants. and pair of sneakers. They provide as far as also jacket and a tumbler you can use for either coffee, water, juice, what have you, instead of bringing your own cup of beverage. They provide that for you. As far as the jacket goes, that's if you have a higher point bonuses of like safety awards or something like that, with the company. But you start off standardly with the hat and the polo shirt. I never worn the hat, but it's not required. It's just the shirt is required as part of the uniform. So you get like two sets of shirts and you just rock on out and wearing those. Yeah, yeah, but like I said, at the end of the day, you know, oh, Erica's still here. That that's just how I feel about the whole economy. Like I said, there's a lot of things and nitpicks, more than nitpicks that they can fix. Because when I was there, yeah, they were all over the place as is. One of the drivers I met, brother, I don't know if he's still there, named Devontae. And no, not Devontae from Jodeci, group Jodeci or anything like that. Different job or saying I'm bringing up VIP clients over there that would come in flying on a name when it comes called JSX, but it's more like private charter stuff. And he was over there picking somebody up. And I was like, well, shoot. Now I'm over here picking up people like, oh, and then we would start our shifts around the same time, work second shift. They only got two shifts, first shift and a second shift. So, well, really all three shifts. You said what? Well, all three shifts, but you basically it's 12-hour windows each shift. You either working, yeah, the graveyard shift or you're working the first/second shift. I picked that shift, so I come in. Huh, oh, I come in like noon, 1 o'clock. When finish about 7, 8, 6. I would work I work some 7-hour shifts, some 8-hour shifts, once or twice a 9-hour shift. You working pretty much 35 to 40 hours a week. So you get like 2 days off unless you fill in to cover somebody's shift. Unless you cover to fill in somebody's shift, then you should work it all 7 days. Because a lot of people over there as is will, want their shift covered because of medical reason or, family issue or they sick something. I don't know. Some mercy or non-mercy or something. So I'll fill in for those shifts. That's just more money at the end of the day. Um, so you just get specific shifts and hours you work and go from there. One of prime time anything right now. And just go from there. So yep, happy holidays to y'all both. So after doing and they used to have they kind of I guess I don't know, they still have, but mini vacuums to clean up in there as well. They said they had discontinued those, but still have them in some vehicles. They offer, like I said, brushes in there to brush off the floorboards and things like that. And like I said, the bottles of water. That's where I was getting at. The bottles of water says also on it. Yes, like I said, it's for them, not you as a driver. They have them automatically put in the cup holder. The people at the service bay, the service agents, they usually put them in there, stock them back up or stock them back up for the customer, and also provide it's an aerosol basically, like a little mini bottle of spray or scent to have the vehicles, not just because on behalf of excuse me, not just because on behalf of the customers, but for all reasons. You know, like I said, odor and all that. So yeah, after doing a little quick cleaning or here and there, or we just swapped out. There at the hotel, we swapped out because it was my turn to start driving. He said, okay, all that's called a drive along, by the way. So me and still sitting behind me, I'm sitting up front, and he's like, okay, drive us to the airport. Okay, we get to the airport. He's like, that this is how we do airport trips. All the terminals where we go sit, stage at, da. Again, greeting the people the same way you would any other place, using the same way ceremony as I mentioned just then, and then and or dropping somebody off there at the airport, then go in the parking garage for 3 minutes, like I said, to do cleaning. So that's when I physically went and grabbed a generic cleaner back there in the trunk and started wiping down the windows, seats, and brushing them down, all of that. Like I said, you do this after every single trip, supposedly. Then, we go on to the other airport, you know, on the other side of town. On both airports, he would just say it in a sense, yes, follow all airport, not only against the company as well. Citations galore, parking in a no parking zone, fire lane, illegally parking, all that stuff, lead up to serious money, you know, and yeah, termination and stuff as is. It says as far as the camera goes, that's an automatic term. If you pull the camera part off the windshield, if you take it down, if you tamper with it, that's an automatic termination. So I'm sure drivers in as of the past of the date probably have done it. They're like, oh man, I don't, you know what I'm saying? But that makes sense. So yeah, the drive along was for like 3 hours, from 7 to like 11:30, like midnight. You get back to the office after leaving the airport. Like I said, that's across the street from their office terminal. Well, they call it a depot. And he, was like, okay, yeah, you done with everything. You passed. Welcome aboard. And the other office staff personnel that work night shift over there, then they do during the say, yeah, welcome aboard. And they were like, what size shirt you wear, so and so. Let's get your photo op taken. You're part of the company now, so and so. They try to treat you like family as is. I never once met the owner, CEO, Mr. Coleman himself, not one time. Just seen his face, on the, what I mean, videos and stuff, but I never met him in person. But he lives right there in town. So, then yeah, fast forward to I'm employed. I start driving for them, and now I'm getting to that reason I'm no longer there. I've actually got let go by them. That's why I said this was a living nightmare as is. As I said about the camera just now, they got me for that. Talking about I was on my phone, not my phone, on their phone, trying to get a hold of account. See, I didn't recognize the tape on there saying not to take their phone off the mount. So since I had done that, and when I found the customer and gone to where that customer was going to drop them off, once I finished my shift later on that day, come back to the office, they's like, yeah, can we pull you in the back room? We got a camera event, so and so. I said, what do you mean camera event? And they go back there, they pull out their MacBook, yeah, MacBook, red MacBook laptop, and said, yeah, this incident right here, we caught you on our phones while you were talking to I'm like, oh, and so these camera systems, it's called the Samsung camera device, and it uses AI technology equipment in it, and the AI thing captures whatever is in your hand, foreign object in your hand, it highlights it like with a red box. It zooms in on it with a red box. The red box zooms in on it, whatever is in your hand. So, and I explained to her, oh, and I said, yeah, I was trying to find commercial, and I didn't realize, that, what I mean, it was gonna capture that. So, nonetheless, um, yeah, that's what happened. So that was my first. Excuse me, that was my first. Actually, no, that wasn't my first offense. My first offense was After I got hired, they gave me some object, foreign object thing that goes to the camera or for fuel pen for fill up your the fill up the sign vehicle you have. Oh, that's the other thing. They give you fuel cards. That's another pro. They give you fuel card to go fill up at any gas stations, whether it's cheap or expensive. They advise you go to find the cheapest ones. There's one down the street from them to get fuel from. Now, technically, you don't have to fill up. Reason I say is because, say, like, if you didn't put that much mileage on the car or fuel mileage on the car, and you come back and finish your shift, they do provide a fuel truck that does come out there, tanker that fills up their fleet of vehicles. Amazon, some of the Amazon hub stations do that as is, which is a plus. But sometimes they're not always around to where you'll have to use a fleet car to fill up your vehicle. Now, if your vehicle's on a half a tank, close to 3, 4, then they would advise you to go fill it up. But if it's above a half a tank, no need to fill it up. Just bring it back as is. So, um, yeah, but my first offense I had was I left the vehicle unattended right outside the office. Why? Okay, so originally, like I said, I was given some foreign object thing that goes to the fuel pen or the camera or something that I attached to my keychain, and I dropped off the car and stuff in the parking lot. And I couldn't find it. It had fell off or something. So I went to backtrack and look for it. Well, when I pulled their vehicle out the parking lot, that's when I stopped along the side on the curb. And that's a no parking sign and went back there to go get it. Now I put the hazards on, go back and find where, what I mean, where it could have been, like on the side of the passenger seat floor or something. I could not find it. So when I turned around to go back to the vehicle, one where I could not stand at all, got in the vehicle, drove it back in there to go park it. Because other people who was coming out, other drivers, they were, I guess, starting their shifts or ending their shifts, was going around it. But he brought it back in and parked it, and I'm like flagging him down, like, that's me, and my stuff is all in the passenger seat, whatever, my bag and stuff. And again, he just kept moving the vehicle in there without stopping. I'm waving like, "Hello, can you see me? Are you blind? Are you blind, sir? I'm right here." You know. Finally, he stops and he went to straight park it, and then gets out and says, "I need to see you, sir." Blah 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 blah. Blah. We go in there, and immediately, yeah, it goes. We go to the back room, and yeah, he says, yeah, him and this other guy met who he's kind of so to me. His name is Evan, and we went back there and we sat, and he's like, Charles was like, yeah, well, I did leave your vehicle unattended here, da da da. And I explained, I said, I had some fell, the device thing, piece thing y'all gave me fell off my keychain and so I went to backtrack and look for it. That's why. And so Evan goes, well, we've had a history in the past of, our vehicles getting hijacked, stolen, blah, blah, or something like that, he said. But as a result, I got written up for it. That was the whole thing. I got written up for it. Wasn't no warning or nothing. I got written up. So that was my first offense. Now, yes, about the camera, me on their phone with their phone in my hand. That was my second offense. I got written up for. That was by night people when I came back. They it was a brother and Evan is white, like I said, along with Charles White. It was a brother who was in management at the time as part of the training team, and some Hispanic guy named Ernesto. He probably still works over there. I don't know more than like they both were back there sitting down talking. I said, look, y'all either pick it on me or just I don't deserve to be here like this all the time. So, no, this is not just you. That goes against everybody and everyone. We talk to others who've done the same thing, the exact same thing as you. So we're not just picking on you. I'm like, well, it seemed like it. You know what I mean? And, and I still had my job at the end of the day. Now during that time, I was out of their second small like station, which is inside of a car dealership. Because that's the other thing with their high clientele people, VIPs, they pick up. They pick up and got partnerships with the dealerships. I forgot what it's called, business to business. I think is what's called B2B, but meaning the dealerships. That's from Volvo because it's inside Volvo, but I don't know if they opened it back up. They had it shut down temporarily, but it's probably permanently closed down their office there for Volvo. But Volvo, Crest Volvo, Lincoln, Land Rover, Range Rover, Mercedes, Subaru, Porsche, Buick, etc. All these again fancy, expensive car dealerships they do business with. So but we do a lot of those and do a lot of airport runs, like I said. Really, in between. Even go to country clubs. Anything a rich man or woman does during their spare time and in their so-called private life, that's what we that's what we cater to. That's who we cater to. So you might think, oh, this is a glitz and glamour job. Yeah, call it how you want it. But so after the vehicle left the vehicle unattended incident and then being on a phone incident, then the next incident was I'm trying to think. So okay, so when you check in to start your shift, you walk in the office, like I said, at the parking your vehicle when there's small lot where there's hardly no space to park your vehicle. You'd be lucky to get a spot. That's why some people they'll just take an Uber or something to work because of all the parking spaces being filled up um with all of their vehicles and stuff parked. Some people live nearby and just walk or take the bus or something. But when you check in, there's a kiosk machine there where you go check in at, and it's like a iPad Pro like setup kiosk machine where you go check in, you clock in, you start your shift. You don't clock in with your shift on your phone. They give you far as your shift schedule on your phone through an app. And how you get paid weekly. Yes, you get paid weekly like Uber, Lyft, and then DoorDash every Friday on what's called Paycor. That's the app payroll app they use, Paycor, which is they got a headquarter office out here. But um, but yeah, checking in, clocking in, you use a kiosk machine in there. You just hit sign in or clock in. It starts your shift, and then when you finish, you go back to that and clock back out. Well, when you clock in for your shift, basically, like I said, they give you the amenities, their mobile device, and they give you a charging cable to charge up the phone, and the other charger cable behind you. And like I said, the bottles of water from earlier. They also provide, like I said, the fuel card is in that. It's in a pouch that they give you. Their phone, fuel card, phone charger, USB cables. Um, I think a battery charger, if I'm not mistaken, is in there, and then the keys to each SUV that that you be assigned to. They used to have Volkswagen Atlases, but they got rid of those that month. I was there, maybe like by the end of that month or something. When they give you all that, they say, "Look, you got 7 minutes to go do your pre-trip, check everything, and all the other amenities that's in there, so that you can go to your staging area location request for dispatch." Well, those 7 minutes go by fast. So they pretty much rushing you to get the heck out of there and go on in your vehicle and head out. Now, how you talk to dispatch, they give you codes. You go by codes just like a cop would in a squad car. They got a 1031, 1032, 1033, 1034. And yes, they use 10-4 as acknowledgement after every transition message that you get from dispatch. And then sometimes dispatch will send out an all fleet message to all the drivers through through the stereo system in the car, in each car. So, hey, bot, how are you? Hope all is well. Yes, picking up on that money. Yes, 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 we're picking up on the money. So, nonetheless, I feel like being rushed as is like, you know what I mean? The starting my shift. Like I had some questions, comments, and concerns because again, as time went on, after getting written up the first two times, and that's the thing. You walk in there, and I got the evidence phone. I was documenting from day one. Everything in there they got posted is rules and regulations, like not on the walls, but right there at the front desk where you check in there, or even as a customer where you check in there. I told they're out of a rundown building. It's so run down during the summertime as far as I know. When I was there, bugs are in there and stuff like carpet mite bugs, stuff like that. In the front doors, don't we work? Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's you can say how cheap the CEO, and owner, founder is of this company. I'm sure hope they the only way you can get to open is if you manually open them and close them. So I'm like, again, this guy got Mr. Coleman's got all this money and couldn't invest in, you know, a bigger, better building, much better space. I, I mean, this how you treat your W-2 employees? I'm just saying. They had what 200 drivers during that time when I got hired. Now they have probably less than 100 because now as of lately, I haven't seen no drivers in that area as far as out this way. So, like I said, they were a hush hush come as far as I know as is. Now during the pandemic, yes, they also too had the uh what you call it? They had the glass plexiglass setup thing in their vehicles. Now for Uber and Lyft, that's optional if you wanted those requested in your vehicle. But in theirs, they automatically had that setup. Like I said, it's on their channel, it's on their video, as far as the COVID cleaning equipment, amenities. As far as still you got the generic cleaners and stuff in there. So they provided all of that. Now since then they've removed plexiglass, and you no longer have to wear the mask, or as far as to be vaccinated or what have you, like it so supposedly had to back then. So, but yeah, being rushed, 7 minutes ago, do your pre-trip and get dispatched to a stage location and then get a trip. Sometimes you don't even have to be dispatched to ask for request for a stage location. You might get a trip just like that once you log in into the mobile device and start up the vehicle. But I'll have questions, comments, and concerns before heading out sometime. Like, how are we doing? How am I doing? Da da da. Like, how they got that sticker on the back of certain vehicles saying, "How's my driving?" Like on back of trailers, call so and so number. And some people will actually do that and make complaints and say, "Oh, well, he's all over the place tailgating, and he's all in my lane and stuff like that." Well, they do that with those drivers in particular too. So, but yeah, they got all company policies and rules that they would come up with every single day and put there on the counter at the front desk. And I took a picture of every last one of them. Because every week they would have us safety meetings or regular corporate meetings in the back room, in the back rooms back there. So, yeah, I know, right? So, after all of that, then I want to say June, July-ish. Now I missed out on it, but they have like it had an Independence Day, I guess every year, Independence Day barbecue, except for COVID originally, no, back in 2020 business, but Independence Day barbecue kind of like thing, cookout for the drivers and staff members. But now everybody's going to be in attendance there because they could be off that day or not be available if they're working that day, whichever comes first. But they do that all the time. And as far as drivers appreciation, they do that all year round. But again, not every driver can make it, because they're out on shift or what have you or something, unless they get asked the question, say, hey, can I, what I mean, can I come, slide by there for a minute? That's my request or something. And then just go from there. So, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so uh my last final straw, well, actually, no, they, I guess, had just came out. I don't know if it's fairly new or not. A simulator actual driver simulator in the back room. At one time I got off shift and they said, "Well, no, don't clock out just yet. We want you to come back here and get on the simulator. You get paid, extra a while on the clock doing it." Okay, I'm back there. I maintain. I go back there, get on the simulator. Tell me, presenting. I had a pedestrian during the simulator session, and it wasn't on purpose. They, you know how the simulator says they set up different scenarios on what to do and how to act and how to counter react and stuff like that. How to react to certain, things while out on the road. Well, the pedestrians were so well. So I was like, what? Just drive, put on the brakes, swerve, whatever. I just ended up hitting it, and he goes, "Oh, well, you just hit the pedestrian." I'm like, so, but I did just fine in the rest of the simulation, phases as is. And then he was like, "Okay, well, we're done here. Good job, blah blah." They're doing this for all the jobs, be on the simulator. Now, as far as that cell phone thing, like I said, I had gotten a pass, but after that, they started letting drivers go automatically if they was either on their phone or their phone, the company's phone or their personal phone. And it's listed right there again on the front desk counter, saying you'll have accidents, blah, 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 as is. Do not be on a phone, period. Termination will take place. It happened. So, uh, let's see, where else do we go start? Yeah, so, I was okay, that makes sense. Yes, that makes sense. So, like I said, I just didn't do it no more. But then sometimes I don't even have the earpiece because it'd be irritating as is, to have it in there. Like I'd rather just far as hear what this has got to say through the speakers as it goes. And then like they say, yeah, if your passenger's down in the car, then you can listen to whatever it was you were listening to. And that's why I do from my phone. You know what I mean? Because the radio itself is programmed by the customer once they got requested a ride that you accept. And you can't turn down any rides unless otherwise, you know, if a customer is giving you a hard time or threatening, whatever, they got a special code for that, a 1051, something like that. To let this better say, hey, I got, you know what I mean, a customer who's being unruly. Like I've had in the past Uber, Lyft, and all that so and so. Well, I was gonna I was gonna make such complaint. I did, but it was after the fact, but it wasn't a big deal. That's what I said earlier about Bam dealing with, kiss and tell. I pick up one VIP customer on the way to the airport, and she's so demanding, saying, "Can you get my bags?" And I'm like, "Give me a minute. I just got out of the car. Like, chill." You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not always about the customer. The customer's not always right. Not always right. So, that happened to me as well. And then another customer tried to be demanding in a sense, coming out with an umbrella thinking like it's going to rain, but it didn't turn out to rain. But we're in a high class neighborhood where the owner lives, of all places. You know what I mean? So, but the rest of the customers, they were cool, level headed for the most part, stuff like that. So, let's see. AEL Nisi, AEL again. People still to this day spell the last few letters of my name wrong. Um, but customers, so-called friendly customers, not so friendly customers, whatever case may be, you're just dealing with them all. So, but again, you dealing with that office personnel when you get back to your office. Again, dispatch will send out special announcements via verbally. They'll speak it to you. They won't say in a message to go so and so. No, they verbally speak it out to everybody. Say attention all drivers, or they'll tell you individually. car so and so or auto so and so head over. That's what they do. Again, like 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 the police department. You know what I'm saying? So uh as we're over an hour or at an hour, uh so yeah, the after that come back. I'm trying to remember what was next day. I get a passenger I pick up, cause a huge mess on the floor. I didn't notice until after the fact, picking up my next customer or after dropping that one off, and I see the trail of dirt, whatever crumbs on the floor back there. I clean it up, and then I finish my shift and head on back. You automatically get logged out of the system, so you just start driving back. So nobody's not gonna be driving over their shift like a Uber or Lyft type of thing or something. So you head on back to the office, and once I was heading back, then they came to me and said, "Yeah, we got a complaint from a customer saying that the car was dirty, blah blah blah," and took a picture of it, and they actually printed it out from their computer or something and showed me. I'm like, "Yeah, I cleaned that up right then and there, but I didn't know until after the fact." So I'm like, "Okay, am I gonna get written up again or what?" They was like, "No, but you're supposed to clean up after every trip, blah blah blah, blah, so on and so forth." I'm like, "That's exactly what I'm doing," but they act like I was lying. So I'm like, "No, I'm not. I clean or clean the wind, all that stuff. I saw us for doing training. You know what I mean?" Anywho, vacuums there at the service bays, which is only two of them. When you come back from finishing your shift, you drive up to the service bays and you check in with them, and then normally they tell you to go park the vehicles in the back where they work and stuff, and go from there. Now it still spells it wrong. E wait a minute. AEL, not EAL. Oh, now I'm going to swim. But they stopped doing that because they had an incident where one of the service agents had crushed the vehicles when trying to park it in the service bay. Come to find out, because I saw a fire truck over there, dispatched over there, was the fire. And I didn't think nothing of it. Like when I got back, I'm like, "What's that all about?" When they said, "Yeah," so I said, "Oh man, it wasn't that bad, but still." So now is to where you drive the vehicle to the service bays and leave it there and let the service agent go park it. If there's no spaces at the service bays, go park in front of the office. They got a oil uh place next station place next door that they'll use, for oil change and stuff with their vehicle. So, but they got, yeah, vacuum cleaners over there in one of the service bays, both of them, and it's supposed to be for the service agents to deep clean the vehicles and stuff. Now, see, I was using as far as to clean off the dirt crumbs back there and everything, which I did. But other times, trying to use it to clean the vehicles out, I was told by them or the people inside saying, "You can't do that." I'm like, "What do you mean?" It said safety reasons or whatever, so and so. Safety hazard. I'm like, I'm just shaking my head. I'm like, does it matter? Like, I ain't saying I'm trying to do a service agent job and like that. Now, as far as that goes, they was offering me and others a service agent just to work for the day, because they already hired somebody who, like, they was homeless off the street, a service agent job. So I'm telling you, this company is something else. Something else on how they treat their employees. Mr. Coleman himself, if not everybody over there as a whole. Yeah, it was crazy. So I was like, all right, here's everything. Let me go clock out and go home. So yeah, after the dirt trail incident, whatever, then I'm picking up a customer at Frito Lay. She puts in special instructions where to pick her up from. I'm trying to go in that direction to go to where the signs are telling me to go, and it's sending me to a different part of the building of the complex. I'm calling the customer like, okay, it's sending me over here. How do I get to you? He said, well, did you go in this way? Did you go in that way? I say, yes, ma'am, I did. Now I'm going back out this way, that way, every which way, and I still can't get to you. Still not, not taking me to you. So what do you want me to do? I'm frustrated at this point. It's like she's like, I'll just go ahead and cancel and get another ride. Please do. I'm about to go cancel myself. I can't cancel. I'm trying to call dispatcher to saying I need to cancel because this customer is not being cooperative. I can't find her. I can't find this person. They said, well, you as a driver, you can't cancel. It's got to be customer that only can cancel. I said, well, that's what she's going to do is cancel the ride. So dispatch cancels it on their end, or the customer does finally cancel it on her end, and I get something else. But then the next day I come in and finish that particular day, I get brought in the back because they forgot to bring me in right then and there when it happened. After it happened, saying, "Tell me what happened with this situation with this customer free to lay so and so." And I said, I got frustrated. I was given such special instructions to go over here to find this, and I could not find it. You know what I mean? And then the next day it happened almost pretty much the same, but it did not. The trip still went on. It said, go pick up at a courthouse. What side of the courthouse? Because you know GPS is going to take you to one part of the building. You know how the GPS already as is take you down alleyways. It still does that to this day. Google Maps, not like they'll tell you automatically, no, no, don't go down the alleyway. You go down the street to, you know what I'm saying, to where they are, the front door. So, you know what I mean? There you have it. So I was calling because I said, yeah, what side of the because this rush hour traffic I'm trying to circle around, like what circling driveway entrance? Oh, here they're like, I'm going to park pick you up on the side of the street or something in the middle of the lane or something. They're like, no, but that's okay. I'll see what you're talking about now. Now I'm on my way. I'm pulling over here right now. But she happened to stay all the way in the suburban areas, far off. No issue, no other issues after that. And then one random day, which was my last day a couple months ago, August, was I go do my shift normal as usual, and I say around noon ish, around noonish, I get automatically dispatched back to the office after finishing the trip. I'm like, what's going on? Not notified, nothing about what I contact dispatch. It's like, why am I getting rerouted back? They said they have no idea. So I head on back, and it's Evan who's my, I guess, the driver manager or whatever, supervisor in this case. I realized that at first, but he said, no, it's nothing bad. We just it's called a check ride where we want to see how if you remember so and so da 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 what you did back in training. So oh okay, so he rides with me as the driver and not like the other guy who was training me, you know, from the beginning. So he rides along with me and on with some different brother this time who rides up front with me and some sister who rides along with us. I think so. We're all in the car. I'm again behind the wheel and they were like, "Okay, you're gonna drive us over to the dealership, one of the dealerships." Get over there to the dealership, and we park. The brother up front with me gets out of the car, and then first thing that my boss says or notices that I did not do right then and there was the wave ceremony. So that was the first strike or first sign right there. Oh, so okay, then I'm like, I told him like, okay, so because I wasn't doing it, like I'm used to just saying, okay, are you so and so, and then that be that, and just go and drive. You know, their picture and everything matches their description. You know what I mean? So it matches their description, and then just go from there. So now was the next phase. Okay, go over here and just do a straight back park. Once again, I'm saying to myself, driver's ed all over again. Straight back park in the dealership, parking spot. No issues. Then it was like, okay, now you're gonna take us to the grocery store. Well, no, let's go to the airport. Okay. Well, tell me when we went to the dealership, mind you, we're on city streets, and it's a lot of cars everywhere on the city streets and the side street. So you got to squeeze in between when trying to signal to turn into where you're going, which is what I had to do in this case. Went into the dealership. The dealership's off the main road and the side street intersection, but you got to squeeze to get in there around traffic. That's sitting. Otherwise, you're just gonna be sitting there for a long time waiting for traffic to clear. They didn't say anything to me right then and there when I did it the first time, but then want to say something when we leave the dealership to get back on the main road over to the airport. Talking about, oh, why did that car block? Because I was trying to squeeze in to get, you know what I mean, to make room, and it's like the driver's letting me get in anyway. So I turn to get onto the main road. That car behind me blows its horn. I don't think nothing of it. Boss asked me back there, said, "Why did he blow your horn at you just now?" And I'm like, "Road rage, obviously." He's like, "No, because you failed to give the right of way to that driver. That person had the right of way, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Wow, really?" And then after that, I said, no comment at all. And he said, "Okay, well, let's just drive back to the station. We're already in that direction, heading back to the station here across from the airport." We get back there. Oh, mind you, that day was driver's appreciation, which I had already had ate what they had that late morning when I clocked in, which I didn't really have to. The driver's appreciation, just like what they did for Independence Day, all it is again, it's just a grill back there where they put hot dogs, hamburgers on. It's like a family, it's like a family reunion picnic, basically. Hot dogs, hamburgers, potato salad, chips, watermelon, sodas, juices, water. That's all they were serving or do serve. So I had some of that prior to me starting my shift. But I don't normally eat heavy like that first thing in the morning. I mean, unless it's just like breakfast, something. I'm talking about as far as lunch and dinner, brunch, whatever. So, oh, mind you, towards my termination as is, because that's what happened. I was in there when we came back to to the station or the depot they call it, and I was sitting there in front for like 20, 15 something minutes. What it felt like. While the other people that was in there, other drivers and people that worked there in other job roles and stuff, saying that Charles Sutton said, "Hey, we we're, we love how great of a job y'all are doing. We applaud y'all and so on and so." But I'm not getting that special treatment. Reason why I said that is because I had just right then and there got offered $100 cash card for being a safe driver. Yes, because after my incidents with the leaving the vehicle unattended and being on their phone, with their phone in my hand, it was another 30 something days I had went safety free of any events to be, nominated as far as being awarded safety award driver of the week or the month or something like that. It shows again on their display monitor thing in there. They show all the jobs and what they were awarded, and my name was picked and listed. So right then and there, I said to the sister and she's pretty cool. Shout out to her, Marlena King. I don't know if she still works there. She was working out of the other office over here in town, but she does audits and stuff like that. I think she used to drive when she first got hired over there. But I told her as the first thing, yeah, I won this award, so and so. She's like, yeah, I seen it, congratulations, and yeah, but she's pretty cool. If I had like really issues, I like come and talk to her. You know what I mean? Because like I couldn't, you know what I mean, with everybody else in there. Now they do as another pro, they do, like I said, as far as treat the drive, as far as food and stuff, even when it's not appreciation or the holidays, they just once or twice out the week or weekends cater food. I'm talking about from sandwich places to pizza places, chicken places. Sometimes when I got off shift, they were like, help yourself to some chicken, help yourself to some pizza, to a deli sandwich, delicatessen. I'm like, where? Like, yeah, because Amazon started doing that as of late, or this year, or maybe last year, at their hub facilities. But that's their own way of appreciating the driver. Again, not all these corporate entities are like that, but I wish they would, because it's like in a sense you're being treated as a number, and that's all the way true. Shoot, you got even some mom and pops that can treat you like that too as a corporate front and as a number. But you know what I mean? So yeah, yeah. Sometimes you don't have to cook dinner at all. But like I was awarded, like I said, being a safe driver right then and there. But then they finally brought me back there and said, yeah, it was the senior guy who made the final decision, Charles, Sir Charles. He said that, fortunately, after your 60, 90 days here, we're going to have to terminate your employment. That was August 4th, as of this year. I said, you know what? Let me just get out of here. I turned everything in back to them. I got my final check, but was come to find out a paper check or something like that. And that was it. That was it. Now, some of their employees and staff people in there, one of them got terminated who brought me in about the camera event being on their phone. A lady who was a driver there, I guess, or was working in upper management, she quit. I guess she couldn't take the heat no more, to get her tail out the kitchen or whatever. But she was doing as far as the driver tune up is what it's called. Yes, uh via Zoom, and that was I had started on mid beginning of May. So like I said, other drivers they were coming and going because they weren't getting their hours or they weren't getting treated fairly or just whatever. Another driver who got cited for I think speeding or improper lane change or something. They as far as go to pick up at concerts and stuff like that, in parks. Even like when you got the state fair that takes place every year, they do that. But mainly they do, like I said, from the airports to the dealerships, to the car dealerships, the country clubs. You know, you pull up in somebody's driveway, you see a Yukon, a Denali, a Porsche, box. You know what I mean? Yeah, several different fleet of luxury cars. So, but it's like they're home away from home, also. And then also is yes expensive as a rider, as a passenger, to request for one. You can just download the app and they give you the rates and stuff. Because one customer tried to cancel saying, "Oh, he got charged for a canceled trip." I'm like, "Well, that's not my problem, sir, ma'am. You take that up with management. You take it up with them." So, but there you have it, all in a nutshell about this company. Like I said, I could have said something about since then, but then again, I have a right to say about like it's enough. Like I just started putting other companies on the how they felt being there, being treated as a number so and so. You know, maybe because of money or something else. Money wasn't an issue with me over there. As far as their pay scale, I'll say it starts from $12 an hour up to up to $24 an hour. It only gets up to 24 is during peak time, and it's for like an hour or two. I think it ranges between 18 and $24 an hour. So on certain days, so that's their pay scale. So it's not just a flat so and so dollars an hour. That's what it ranges to. Like I said, I took that all on my phone. It's just that. Like I said, the people that actually said as far as that done their videos or who's driven for this company also or rode from something. Don't know if they're gonna last in this rideshare industry as is. Oh, and I've done, like I said, where they do a version of Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, and even package deliveries like Amazon, UPS, USPS, FedEx, or something. I have done those from time to time with them as well. With Alto, I've picked up food orders and delivered those to customers on Alto's app or platform. I've picked up a package here and there with Alto. Flowers as well. Yes, they have florist companies that Everything is in this doggone app with Alto. So, but like I said, at the end of the day, I'm only speaking as far as their corporate headquarters office I was working at as of Dallas. Fix what things that Mr. Coleman can do is fix that location. Like I said, following up because once I got fired, oh man, I sped up out of that joint. I was so heated. I sped up like, you know what I mean? I left. I left. I sped up out of it. So, um, so yeah, anybody, of course, anybody can get this and come across, feel with how you feel. Like I said, does this perhaps discourage you or not to go work for? Because even by the time I got let go, other people was interested. Two foreigners saying how for the company, and they explained to them saying how you can apply. Go go to the website. You do all the background verification stuff like you would going through out of fresh out of CDL school or something like that. That's what they again making it treat you like as a like non-CDL job. You know what I mean? It's not a CDL job, but you go through all this riffraff. I call it at the end of the day, I hope saying that long enough as it is in the trucking industry. It's a hokey pokey process. You check in with this person, you check in with that person. It's a corporate entity. Chain of command, running through this person, running through that person, and then they make the final decision. So, Mr. Coleman himself, shame on you as far as your corporate office headquarters. San Francisco's office, they closed that down earlier this year, bro, as of like May or June. Reason for it because of losing the competition to Uber and Lyft, and DoorDash, bro, because they're headquartered out there in San Francisco. So, you know, but they still got the other office locations, like I said, LA, Houston, DC, and Miami. They got videos on there as far as a driver but the girl, I got a name, but she was working there. I think in Brittany or something. No, Amanda, it's Amanda. Well, the brother on there, he drives out of the LA office, and he had a gripe about the tipping and all that stuff. I'm like, well, tipping is optional, as far as what Amanda was saying. I don't know if he still drives there for them out of the LA office. I don't know, but that's the only way where you can find them. So, if you're in those cities, you can, like I said, perhaps go work from like, but no, don't tell them I sent you. Like, no, this is already put out there. If you want to do that, that's fine. That's up to you. Fine. I can't. There's no referrals on like that. Like I said, I don't work there no more. You know what I mean? So I'm doing my own thing as is. In other fields of work. So, in all together, that's the whole truth about Ride Auto, Rideshare. That's in my opinion the real truth. You know, Again, a lot of nitpicks and that Mr. Coleman can fix. You know, it's his company. He do what he wanted at the end of the day, run it down the ground. I don't know, do what you want. It's got me have an idea of maybe have start my own rideshare business and perhaps compete with him and Uber, Lyft, and everybody else. You know what I mean? Because the rideshare era is what it is. It is way before COVID-19, say least. You said we still have so-called taxi cab companies still out here. Yeah, they're still out here, believe it or not. Still trying to, make a living and still keep afloat. Even with these so-called shortages out here. So that's everything. Again, all in a nutshell. The company. So I can't really say no more. But like I said, I don't like doing stuff like this would be exposed to like I just let it be known. Other people suppose that they got a right to do it. So, you know, but otherwise I could just be just saying, oh, ain't none of this happened, act like none of this happened. Like, no, it did happen. So yeah, yeah. So I guess if they I think Instagram or whatever. One of the customers did ask as far as about their symbol thing of Alto. He asked me, he said, "What is the symbol like?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "It looked like kind of gay to me." Like, I don't know, but maybe. I asked him back at the office. He said, "That's all the letters Uh, those are all the letters that are that are loose out or something. ALTO that are, yeah, disconnected or something, connected to one another, whatever. So have it. There you have it. So even the other people that was working there, if they still work there, one of the service agents be complaining and stuff or be upset. Everybody had their off days and their bad days. So like I said, it wasn't just me. You know, we all played a role in part while over there, or at least when I was over. But Marlena seemed to be the coolest out of everybody, you know, when I was there. That's just me speaking person. So, you know, again, shout out to her. She's really, really sweet person. So, you know, I couldn't ask for more. But yep, there you have. Enjoy the rest of y'all's Christmas next week. Appreciate to the three of y'all, all three of y'all. And Erica, but and easy for coming through. And you, since we last talked, but I'm still here. I'm still here. So, all right, my channel to your channel. Salute.